Everyone warned me about her. Not in whispers, not in coded language, but openly, like soldiers warning a recruit about a minefield that couldn't be mapped. The name alone carried weight in the outpost of 9 Suns. Conversations dipped when it was spoken. Some looked away. Others made the old human sign against death, a habit that had survived even 300 years of space travel. Kael'thera, the Phyrexian warrior. They said she had survived 6 planetary sieges, that she had killed without hesitation and spared without reason, that she once stood alone against a boarding party and walked away while the corridors burned behind her. The most unsettling rumor was the simplest. If she chooses to sit beside you, your life is about to change one way or another. I laughed it off. I was just a transit engineer, assigned to maintain jump relays and recalibrate navigation arrays. People like me didn't matter to warriors like her. We existed on different layers of the galaxy. That's what I believed, right up until the moment she sat beside me. The outpost of 9 Suns hovered at the intersection of 5 major trade routes, a massive ring-shaped station bathed in the glow of its namesake stars. Its central concourse was always crowded, merchants haggling, diplomats posturing, mercenaries drinking away memories they pretended not to have. I was seated at my usual table near the viewport, halfway through a protein ration and a diagnostic report, when the noise around me shifted. Not louder, quieter. The kind of quiet that happens when people sense danger, but can't explain why. I looked up. She stood there, taller than most humans, her frame lean and powerful beneath layered combat armor etched with unfamiliar symbols. Her skin was a deep obsidian blue, marked with faint silver lines that pulsed softly, like starlight beneath ice. Her eyes, those were the worst part, golden, sharp, and ancient, as if they'd seen too many endings to care about beginnings. Without asking, she pulled out the chair across from me. Then she paused. And instead, deliberately, she sat beside me. I froze. My hands hovered uselessly over the table. I could feel every pair of eyes in the concourse shift toward us, feel the tension ripple outward like a gravitational anomaly. "You're my seat," I said, instantly hating how small my voice sounded. Kael'thera turned her head slightly, studying me with unsettling focus. "No," she replied calmly, her voice low and resonant. "I am in your fate." That was when I should have left. But something, curiosity, fear, or the sheer impossibility of the moment, kept me rooted in place. For a long moment, she said nothing. She simply sat there, scanning the room, her presence like a drawn blade resting just beneath the surface. I noticed the subtle details then. The scars etched into her armor, not decorative but earned, the way her hand rested near the hilt of a weapon that hummed softly with contained energy. "You're a Phyrexian," I said, stating the obvious. She nodded once. "They say your people don't travel alone," I continued. "Not unless we expect trouble," she finished. My stomach tightened. "And you expect trouble?" Her eyes met mine fully now. "Yes." I swallowed. From me, a faint curve touched her lips, not quite a smile, not quite a threat. "Because of you." That was the second moment I should have left. The trouble arrived sooner than either of us expected. The station alarm screamed without warning, red light flooding the concourse as gravity fluctuated violently. People shouted, scrambled, grabbed weapons or cover. The viewport flickered, and then went dark. "Pirates," someone yelled. "Void Reavers." Kael'thera was already moving. She stood in one fluid motion, her armor unfolding as if alive, weapons snapping into her grip with a sound like thunder contained in metal. She positioned herself in front of me without hesitation, her stance wide and unyielding. "Stay behind me," she ordered.
Why?
I shouted over the chaos. "You said this was because of me." "Yes," she replied, firing a precise burst of energy that dropped a charging Reaver the moment he breached the concourse. "And that is why you will live." Blaster fire filled the air. Smoke burned my lungs. I saw things no engineer should ever see: bodies falling, shields failing, desperation made physical. And through it all, Kelthara was unstoppable. She moved like a force of nature, her strikes calculated, merciless, and devastatingly efficient. Yet every time danger crept too close to me, she intercepted it without hesitation. When the last Reaver fell and station security finally arrived, the concourse was in ruins. And I was still alive. Later, in the aftermath, we stood alone near the damaged viewport, emergency stars casting long shadows across the floor. "You planned this," I said quietly. "Didn't you?" She didn't deny it. "The Reavers were tracking you," she said. "Not for who you are, but for what you unknowingly carry." I stared at her. "I don't carry anything." She stepped closer. "You helped design the adaptive jump algorithms for the new human fleet," she said. "You solved a problem my people failed to crack for generations. You didn't realize it, but you created a map, a way to cross regions of space once thought impassable." My blood ran cold. "The galaxy would burn to control that knowledge," she continued. "The Reavers were only the first." "And you?" I asked. "Why protect me?" Her gaze softened, just slightly. "Because my people once made the same mistake," she said. "We created something powerful and underestimated its consequences. I will not watch another species fall to that arrogance." From that moment on, my life was no longer my own. I left the outpost with Kelthara aboard her ship, the Silent Aegis, a war vessel disguised as a drifting shadow. As we traveled, I learned the truth behind the rumors. She wasn't feared because she was cruel. She was feared because she chose when to care, and when she did, she never failed. We were hunted. We fought. We fled across systems where stars died young and alliances shifted like sand. Through it all, Kelthara remained constant, protector, warrior, and, against all expectation, teacher. She taught me how to survive beyond equations and schematics, how to read silence, how to recognize the moment before violence erupted. And slowly, impossibly, we became something more than guardian and charge. Something unspoken. Something dangerous. The end came at the edge of uncharted space, where the Reavers made their final stand. Their flagship blocked our escape, its weapons capable of tearing reality itself. "There is one way," Kelthara said quietly. "But you must choose." She explained the plan. How my algorithm could collapse the unstable region around us, sealing the Reavers away forever. But the process would strand the one who activated it on the wrong side of space. "Me?" I said immediately. She shook her head. "No, me." "You've protected me this far," I argued. "Let me do this." She met my gaze, her golden eyes fierce and unwavering. "My people taught me to fight," she said. "But you taught me something else. Hope. I will not let that die with me watching." Before I could stop her, she activated the sequence. The universe screamed. Light folded. Space tore. And then silence. I woke alone aboard the Silent Aegis, drifting on the safe side of a sealed region of space. The Reavers were gone. The threat ended. And Kelthara was gone. Years passed. I became something I never intended. A guardian of knowledge, a voice warning the galaxy about power unchecked. I told her story to anyone who would listen, even when they didn't believe me. And then one day, at a remote station on the edge of known space. I felt it again. That same quiet. I looked up from my table, and she stood there, scarred, changed, alive. Everyone warned me about her, but none of them told me the truth. The most dangerous thing about Kailthara wasn't her strength, or her past, or the fear she inspired. It was that once she chose you, she never truly let you go.